Well, welcome. So to the families who came from New Orleans and Albuquerque, to the FII staff, to our fellow funding partners, truly, welcome to Austin. We are super excited to have you here. You know, for St. David's Foundation, we invest locally, but we try to think very big. And we first encountered FII about 2.5 years ago and had a reaction that I think is not uncommon when people are introduced to the FII model, which was like, whoa, it's kind of radical, it's sort of weird. And then when you actually try to take a deep breath and sit with it for a second, you realize there is nothing radical at all about it. It is radically intuitive because it is deeply ingrained in the way that people operate, the way we relate to one another, the way we want to live our lives and build for the next generation. So once we got over our whoa, that's radical, and realized it was profoundly intuitive, we kind of went on this journey for about 2 years looking at the model and working with our fellow funders, thank you. And so we are super delighted to be here. We've made a $425,000 commitment to launch FII in Austin, and that is the first step in what we know is a journey. This is absolutely just the beginning, and the work is on us and on all of our thought partners, because what FII is doing is helping us develop a really important new narrative. But that new narrative is only as good as what we do with it. It is incumbent upon us to take this information and really drive it towards systems change, because otherwise it's just a new story. What we want is that story to define the way we build our systems. And so I think, it's been fascinating for us because FII is really keeping us on our toes. It's really making us think very deeply and to actually question some of our traditional practices and redefine in some ways when we talk about help, what help is. And I think my number one takeaway, and I feel embarrassed that this had to be a takeaway, but the magic that we are all looking for does not exist in a program. It exists in the very people that we are trying to work for and with, and the magic is inside of them. And that element of mutual support, as powerful and awesome and nerdy and cool as that data is, the power is right there in the people. And so we want to constantly be asking ourselves, how do we harness that? And how do we lift it up and not ignore or suppress it? So we are super delighted to be here. Those of you visiting Austin, try to eke out as much fun as you can today. And if you can, go to Barton Springs. But thank you so much for being here and supporting us and being with us on this journey.